Welcome to Homemaking with Mima. My name is Wendy, and today I'm going to bring you along for a day in the life. A lot of it is repeat, but I'm still going to bring you along. Okay, so I got 3 full meals out of the mashed potatoes in these containers, and then probably a meal for 1 person. But I wasn't gonna overstuff these because it'll swell a little bit. I'm gonna let them cool, and then I'm gonna put some plastic wrap over the top, kind of put it down on the top of inside there, and then I will place the lid on and put them in the freezer. Okay, so I'm gonna take some of these bins out of here, go through it, see what I can get made up today. I've got a day off here, and yeah, we'll see what I can get pulled out of here and I can pull together to get something done, because I don't like sitting stable at home. Okay, so I pulled the 1 bin. I pulled it all into my pantry here because I got laundry going. I do want to make some breakfast biscuits, so I'm going to bring that up. I pulled up hot dogs yesterday because these were bought at the beginning of summer, and it was a large box. So I pulled up a pack of the 2. This one just has the 1. And I plan on having macaroni and cheese and hot dogs for tonight's dinner. But let's see what we can figure out here. We still have this fish to eat up. Ooh, I'm gonna make breakfast sandwiches. I'm gonna use that today. And I think for another meal, I'm going to, I wonder if that'll be enough. I'm gonna cut up all these little bits and pieces of roast and use those. Let me get this all back in here. Okay, so with that roast, I think I'll do what I did before, and I'll cut it up in chunks and put it with some julienne potatoes so that we can have for dinner tomorrow. So I came back into where the upright freezer is, and I think with that julienne potatoes and the beef, I'm going to have some of the frozen corn. And I took out some of the cooked beef bone scraps, I think, just to make room, because a bag like that just doesn't sit well in. And if I make some beef broth with that, I'll see if I have any more scraps in here. I'm not going to do my beef bones in that just yet. But if I can get some of it made and then frozen up and then put it into the door, that'll free up some space in here as well. So I'm gonna peek through this bin here real quick and see if I've got any like beef bones or anything left in there. It shouldn't be. That should all be freezer meals, like the newer meatloaf that I made, sloppy joe, taco meat, hamburger patties. But I'm gonna peek at it anyway. Okay, I didn't find anything in there, but I was able to move some more freezer meals up into there, like those meatballs that I had made. And that's just vegetables and a loaf of French bread. When I find it on sale, you know, where they put the French bread or the bread, the bakery items, cheap, then I buy it up, bring it home, wrap it into individual serving, not individual, but meal-sized servings, and then freeze it. But I do see some meat drippings here. Take that, this one, and this one. So we'll get all three of them going in a crock pot as well. Since this is already cooked, I don't have to roast it. And these are just the drippings. So what I'll do is I'll combine it all, and then I'll put it into containers and I'll set it into the door. It should fit a lot better than a bag like that. And then three of these, we'll see what I can get out of it. So I thought I'd peek in here just in case. And I do have some of the beef scraps, but most of this is raw, so I need to roast it first. And then my beef bones, so I will do that at another time. I just didn't know if maybe I had some pre-cooked ones in here yet. And I still have to deal with these tomatoes and that, but I'm in no hurry for that. And I have some plums that someone had brought my husband, so got to come up with an idea for that. But I'm in no hurry for that either. All right, so I will show you my basket of goodies. Okay, so I came back into the pantry because, like I said, I got the laundry going. So this is what I picked out to meal for tomorrow. So we're gonna have the julienne potatoes. I'm gonna chop up the pieces that aren't chopped up in bite-sized pieces. Most of it is. So this will be dinner tomorrow, and with some corn. And then I'm gonna get into the crock pot, my larger crock pot. These already cooked beef bones and scraps and all these drippings. And then what I'll do is I'll put it in containers, larger containers, so that these three items aren't just floating around in the freezer. We'll probably get it into 2 containers, more of the like the sherbet size that you've seen me reuse before. I do reuse a lot of my containers. I go through them once or twice a year and then decide what to get rid of and that, but they're already food grade safe. And then I don't have to buy containers. Okay, so anyway, then project that I want to get going today is I'm going to cook up some buttermilk biscuits, thaw out this Canadian bacon, and I have bacon upstairs that's thawing out, and I'm going to make some egg sandwiches with that. So that's what I dug out of my freezers for today. Crock pot set up over here. I'm going to put the frozen cooked bones and scraps in here. I've got the drippings in that I had down in that freezer, defrosting in the microwave, and I have a whole onion that needs to get used up. So I'm going to put that in there as well, and I'm going to look in my freezer up here for vegetable scraps. I'm gonna let that cook probably all day. I'm gonna add some more water to it though. Okay, so I am going to make some breakfast sandwiches today. I've already gone over that before. I'll try to find it and put a link in the description box below. And I got to figure out how to get these open. Hold it. Okay, I got a scissor. I'm just going to cook all of these up today. You've seen that I got the bacon gone out in cold water. And the Canadian bacon as well. I'm just gonna make as many as I can. I know I don't have enough eggs, but that's okay. We can just make some meat and cheese biscuit sandwiches, you know, like Canadian bacon and cheese, or maybe just bacon and cheese biscuit. Okay, so I got all the biscuits laid out, preheated the oven according to the directions on the bag, and I'm gonna get these baked, and I gotta finish getting the stock going. I'm doing multiple things at one time here. I did line my pans with parchment paper just so it'd be easier, and I sprayed them so it'd be easier to get the biscuits off. So that biscuits are very delicate, so we're gonna have to. I'll be careful with those, and I'll just bring you along for the rest of it. So we just cooked some breakfast sausage in here earlier. The Canadian bacon is already pre-cooked, but I'm just gonna brown it up anyway. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm just gonna brown up this Canadian bacon. It's already fully cooked. And the bacon, I've showed you how to cook bacon before. I'm gonna do it exactly the same way. I'm gonna put the actual bacon in the oven and cook it that way. Okay, so my daughter had purchased these silicone, I don't know if they're made just for eggs or what. You probably could put like some kind of a pancake batter in there too, or something, or some kind of muffin. But anyway, I'm gonna give them a try. I did spray them with some avocado spray, and I mixed up my eggs just like I normally do. It's just eggs and salt and pepper, and I'm gonna put a little bit of cheese into each one of them as well. And we'll see how they go. I don't know how long to cook them for, so I'm gonna have to keep a good eye on them. So I have some of this Parmesan cheese that needs to be used up, so I'm just gonna put some of that in there, and it should give it more of a salty flavor. I do have them on a cookie sheet because we all know that silicone is flimsy. So that's the best way to get them nicely into the oven and out. So the silicone cooking things that I used for the eggs worked out great. I probably didn't need to spray them, but I did anyway. I did have a little bit of spillage, but that was because I rotated my pan in the oven to get even cooking. I did take them out of there so they could quit cooking, and I put them on some parchment on this pan, and I'm gonna let them cook completely. Okay, I'm all done with what I created for myself to get done today. And I got a lot accomplished. The only thing I have left is to wait for the beef stock to cool off, and I can get it into its containers and get that into the freezer. I want to thank you folks for joining me today. If you like this kind of content, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I want you folks to make it a really great day.